Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? All right, welcome back. Throwback. I'm Sean, host. You know, and so we got I got an interesting show for you today, right? I was gonna do about Zionism and stuff like that, and we gonna get back to that. You know what I mean? Because with 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 that, you gotta look at money. But before we get to that, we're going to get to items, recalls, and drugs and stuff that they got out there right now that's actually killing people, right? So the first one we got is Lasodium. Lasodium potassium tablets, right? And they got them in 25, 50, and 100 milligrams, right? And this one a long term exposure causes high levels of cancer. Yeah, that's this one is a high blood pressure. They said it's a high presence of N nitrose, methanol, ambiatrilic acid. It's higher levels of NNA for something than the FDA allows, right? Because see, here's what happens too with these companies. Their drugs are being made in India, right? Now, Google it if you don't believe me. In India, the water system is the worst over there. The worst. The worst over there. The water, people like actually having good water to drink is not easy to find over there. So why is that important? You over there making drugs. You got to have clean water and all of the best to sterilized everything to make good, clean medicine. And so you got to over there in the country, and you over there, they making the drugs over there. Your company, this company particular, is based in New Jersey. So your factory is in India. You not even over there inspecting it. You know they don't go over there inspecting that place. Once they make the deal with them or whatever the case may be, they probably not even back over there. Corporate greed, right? And so I'm gonna go. I got more stuff, but I wanted to just say that, like, just like with the planes, I was talking to my son about this one, right? Just like with the planes and the safety switches or the computer or whatever it was, it don't matter. Just go planes and issues that planes and issues. Then you got cars and say maybe a faulty ignition switch that'll cause a car to blow up. Or this anti-lock braking system might cause people to get into an accident, right? Then you go, I just seen recently they had a baby, one of the baby swings, but it was the cheaper ones. And they sold like over 10 million of them or something like that. And they just recall them because I think 30 babies died. Now, I say all that to say, when these companies come out with planes, cars, drugs, products, baby, whatever products they come out with, there's always a report, a study done somewhere where somebody says to them that, hey, yo, we have this problem right here or this problem we ran into. And they go, you know, it could result in this many injuries, this many people could end up with cancer, this many people could die, this many people, their car could blow up, whatever. Somebody sit back and crunch the numbers and go, well, shit, we got 2 million cars we gonna push out. And say if only 500 cars out of that 2 million blow up, it's not that bad a number, right? So we can live with 500 cars blowing up. about that. It's somebody back saying, we could live with 500 cars blowing up. So they taking a risk that out of them 500 cars that blow up, that nobody gonna die. And if somebody do die, maybe they will trace it back to us. Maybe they won't trace it back to us. Cost analysis. They always do that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, how many people really gonna be affected? How long can we wait before we really gotta do a recall on whatever it is, right? Oh yeah, so now this one is distributed nationwide by Heritage Pharmaceutical. Heritage Pharmaceutical is a Jewish company. That's one, right? Now, the drug to these drugs now, a lot of these drugs is hypertension drugs and diabetes drugs, which is for us, right? So it's an impurity thing with that. And I was talking about outsourcing and all of that. Yeah. I'm gonna come back to, but I'm gonna come back to. I got a list of them. I'm gonna get back to that. But I wanted to really touch on this though too. Before I get back to that, what's this love for Game of Thrones, y'all? Like, for real. Medieval times, caves, riding around with big fur, heavy furs on and all that nasty and why y'all in love with that shit? Word, I see it like just big Game of Thrones, love for Game of Thrones. I'm like, that's not when we was great. That's not when we was great. Yeah, it was some of us over there. We was everywhere. Of course we was over there. But that's not when we was great. That's when this dumb shit was running around. Man, it's like, it's amazing, man. And then it'll be somebody woke talk about how they love Game of Thrones. I'm like, man, I be wanting to just hit people with somebody else. Like, pick up somebody else and smack that person with somebody. Like, shut up, smack. But anyway. Oh, here's one. Shout out to Jay-Z. I really, cause he cool, he alright, but I'm gonna leave it at that. But I gotta give it up for this one right here. He announced a scholarship where he if you want to study abroad, if you want to travel abroad, it's a scholarship out there. It's a scholarship where you could look into it or whatever, and I guess he gonna hook you up so you could, how they always say, oh, I was traveling abroad. So I guess Jay want to provide that to people. That's what's up. I ain't mad at that. Somebody want to go someplace and study art, study this, study that, go to another country, because I'm telling you, you get treated a little differently in other countries. Yeah, it's going to be racism everywhere, but you're going to get treated a little different in other countries than how you get treated here in America. I know that for a fact. So they have... Okay, here you go. I had a long discussion with a married sister about this one right here. Talking to my boy wife about this one. So they got the fetal heartbeat ban. Now, where, against, once I think it's 6 weeks or something like that, or 2 months, after that, you can't get an abortion. And so I was talking to the sister about it. And so this is the one thing, this is how I'm going to say it, right? One, I don't think no man have a right to tell a woman whether or not she can have an abortion or right. Nah, that's unless he's the baby father or he's the husband or something like that. In that case, then I think that's the only man that should have a say. And unless he physically assaulted her and all that, then no, that shit don't count. That's null and void. But if it's a normal situation and you was conscious when you let this dude skeet up in you, the very least is he should have a say in the baby situation. You know what I mean? I was talking to the sister. It's almost like you held hostage. It's like, as a man, you got to wait to see, especially if you want the baby. So now you got to wait to see if she want to keep the baby. And then if she decide not to, you got to be like, all right, well, fuck it. It's like you just don't. We don't have no rights at all in the situation. Which, I understand the way it works. But I'm gonna say this though. I think that I done personally seen people have abortions at 5 months, 6 months. I'm talking about when they belly was big, like wow, you went and got a abort. That to me, that's murder. To me personally, I ain't saying you gotta agree with it, but once you get to 6 months, 5, 6 months, 7 months, and then the sister was explaining to me how even at 9 months they got a procedure where they break the baby neck when the baby coming out the mother and stuff and all. I did not even know that existed. Where you breaking baby necks when they coming out the mother like that. At 9 months old. At 9 months and all that. I don't know. Yeah. I seen this yeah, I was just looking at it. I remember growing up, I know some chicks that was getting abortions like that was their birth control and shit. Like they had 2, 3, 4, 5 abortions. I'm like, wow. Why not just do something to prevent all that from happening? Okay. Yo, what you see this Nexum coat, except some NXIVM. I don't know what. I don't even know how to say it. I don't even want to know how to say it. Really. A little sex cult going on right now, Brooklyn Federal Court. Yo, I'm noticing a lot of stuff about New York, man. Y'all got a lot of real bad people running around. They just caught that serial killer, little white guy, that had killed the people in Florida, and now he's saying he killed like 12 people from Florida, Georgia, North Carolina. He was up in New York riding the train, chilling on the train, chilling. But yeah, so this little, and so the reason I talk about that sex cult thing, yo, he was recruiting young girls. They was recruiting girls, grooming them, teaching them how to perform sex acts on this Keith Rahiva, or whatever. They had an inner sanctum of female slaves as young as 15 years old. Word. Other slaves recruiting slaves. See, he's supposed to be in jail. See, where's the surviving the sex code at? Where's surviving Nexum or whatever this is at? You know what I'm saying? Like you got people that really. I seen Joel Epstein. I read this. I ain't even had to write this one down no more about this guy, Joel Epstein, right? So Joel Epstein, Joel Epstein, Joel Epstein, Joel Epstein, or Jeffrey, not Joel, Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire, pervert, level 3 sex offender, that guy, the rapist, right? Alleged. So he got an island. He bought an island, y'all. He bought an island off the Virgin Islands. He bought a little island. And he builded so much stuff on there. They told him he couldn't build no more. He's still building. He trying to build a underground like pool and all this. Like he trying to have some shit like Goldfinger. Not Goldfinger. Oh, the man with the golden gun. With tattoo, James Bond, and he had the island with the heliport, and it woo woo, and you know it's gonna be some freaky sex shit going on over there. You know it is. That's why he got the little island so he can't get arrested. That's why. Cause on the little island, the police force ain't gonna arrest you. This your island. Yeah, that's why he got it. Wow, it's crazy. 44 measles cases in New York City since April, y'all. 44 measles cases. And since and them yeshivas, bro. Them yeshivas up there. Them yeshivas and this religious exemption to getting a measles shot, but then now y'all get this strain of measles y'all got come over here, y'all tearing people up. Come on, man. Come on, man. If it was anybody else, people would be in jail right now. They'd be forced giving people shots and all this shit, man. Word up. Okay, here go another back to the drugs. New research has found the link between SGLT2 inhibitors and gangrene. Yes, y'all. Let me go back and read that again, right? New research has found a link between SGLT2 inhibitors and Fournier gangrene. Yes. So in other words, people that have type 2 diabetes that's getting these SGL42 inhibitors to treat the diabetes is giving them genital gangrene. That's what Fournier is. Fournier gangrene is genital gangrene. And it's actually between the penis, the scrotum, and the anus. That's where this form of gangrene hits you at. And because it actually hits the anus too, women can catch it too. It mostly affects men because of the scrotum and the penis, but it can affect women in the rectal area, right? So now let's get off of that form of gangrene and let's just get back to diabetes and gangrene in general. Now, I've even known people had diabetes, got gangrene, lost a foot, then a leg, then 2 legs, and then they was gone, right? Now, what if after all of these years, the gangrene wasn't caused by the diabetes, that was all of that, but the gangrene was actually caused by the medicine? Because, and the reason I say that is because the United States did not mention none of this about no gangrene until the UK, until Britain mentioned it and did a study and published their study. Then the FDA said, oh yes, our study, they already did a study, but they didn't talk about their study. They didn't even mention their study. I would have seen it. So, and I tell you, and I get back to why we believing and sucking now everything they tell us to do, everything that we should do, and then 5 years from now they change it up and say, oh, the shit we was telling y'all that you had to do or what doctors was prescribing, because doctors get kickbacks from all of these companies to prescribe their medicine. So when a new medicine come on, whether it's a diabetes medicine or this or that medicine, these doctors get kickbacks. So it's crazy, man. But I'm like, a drug actually gives you gangrene. And they'll throw the numbers out there, and even if it was only 5,000 people that ended up with gangrene, with 5,000, what are you gonna do for them people that got the gangrene? How do you know? See what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about right there. Word. Lispinol, it causes liver damage. That's one, the lispinol, that one right there. And so I want to, so that made me go, let me go to the actual list, the FDA list of recall items, right? Let me go and see how many items, figuring like 100, 200. No, y'all. Right now, presently, the list of recall items on the FDA is 1,471. Yes. There is almost 1,500 items presently that's running around there, still on the shelves, still not being publicized, that's under recall right now. And so I'm going to give you a couple of the ones that stood out to me. I looked through it. I didn't look through the whole thing. I looked through about 20, 40, whatever pages. It was mad pages. So, but here goes some I seen. Thermacare, back pain, them heat wraps, you know, strap on your back. Yep, under recall. Hercules, candy, cashew, brittle bits. I was like, yeah, cashew brittle bits, that'd be awesome. Yep. Ben and Jerry's ice cream. They got like 8 different types under for them. They had the coconut, 7-layer joint. They had chunky monkey. They had a bunch of them. Ben and Jerry ice creams under recall. Hunt's tomato paste. Canned tomato paste. Some of that's under them platinum aphrodisiacs, right? Go to the store, the bodega. I'm gonna get me some of these aphrodisiacs. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna knock our boots off tonight. Yeah, nah, recall. Might fuck you up. Chips Ahoy, the chewy ones. I was like, the chewy ones? Yep. Recall. Pillsbury flour. Yeah. Since last summer, drug companies have recalled hundreds of lots of drugs. Hundreds. Yep. And remember, the doctors get the kickbacks for pushing the drugs on you, especially new ones. Yep, I said that. I told them, sure. And oh, here was the other thing. Now, like, they'll have a drug, but they'll have the same drug or be 2 or 3 different, like, say, Viagra for Pfizer, I think it is, Pfizer or whatever. But then another company now named Doorbell have a type of Viagra that'll be called Snapper or some shit like that. So just because, like, and I say that to say, like, they'll have a drug batch over there in India that 4 or 5 companies is getting the same drug from. They just putting a different stamp on it or a different bottle, or if it's the generic ones, they all used in the same pills. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, so just because one brand type of that drug is on recall, you might have to look at all of those types of drugs and do something different. You know what I mean? Because as a chef, and as somebody that work in the kitchen with food, right? And just being around from back when people used to do the home remedies, and like, say if you got a cold, instead of cold medicine, you could get you some garlic, you could get you some ginger, put in some hot water, boil it, put you a mint leaf if you like it, and a little bit of honey, and drink that. That'll get rid of colds, all that stuff. You could drink it cold, you could drink it hot. You know what I mean? I say that to say this, that most ailments can be solved with a herb or a vegetable or something like that. Most ailment. It's just a fact. So if you got a sugar imbalance in your blood, is, unless you got something like wrong, which I think is your liver, that'll be messed up, or your kidney will be messed up, and then that, like, it can't clean something. Like, if you got a body part one, that's something different. Because I know people go, oh, you wild, no, you wild. Nah. What I'm saying is, if everything is normal in you, and you healthy and everything is normal, all your body parts is normal, and you end up with diabetes, it's your diet. That's it. It's your diet. It's your diet. So, yeah, you could use pills or insulin and all of that, or whatever the case may be, because it might be too far gone for you to bring it back right, which I still don't think. I still think, like, that's your body is your computer. So if you got high sugar, I feel like you don't need insulin. What you need to do is look at your diet. And people that got sugar and all this, no, you don't supposed to be eating grits. No, you don't supposed to be eating rice. No, you don't supposed to be eating potatoes. No, you don't supposed to be eating bread. But you would rather eat that stuff and take the needle as opposed to stop eating the shit you know you don't supposed to eat. And so once your body get used to not doing it naturally, yeah, you need that. And they want you addicted to that stuff. Because like they said, they don't care. That should give you gangrene, high blood pressure, cancer. They don't care. They just trying to get money. They just trying to get money for their country, which is Israel. And that's how I'm going to tie Zionism in. Watch when we get into that. Because that's the whole thing about what to me was so... What's so hard to swallow? That's the best way to say it. Pause. What's so hard to swallow about them banning the minister Farrakhan? This was a thought that I got to get this one out so that I could get this thought out my head. What's so, to me, so appalling or egregious, you know what I mean? Use their words, so egregious with them banning the minister Farrakhan from IG and Instagram. Zionism is exactly what Minister Farrakhan is talking about, except for black people. Zionism. I'm going to read you the definition. A movement for originally the reestablishment and now the development and protection of a Jewish nation in what is now Israel. It was established as a political organization in 1897 under Theodore Herzl and was later led by Chaim Weizmann. Now, Hebrew, after Zion is a nationalist movement of the Jewish people that supports the reestablishment of the Jewish homeland and the territories defined as the historic land of Israel. And that's where they get sideways, because they always trying to act like they the original and they just boom. I just want to talk about the thought of them wanting their own country, wanting to be the best in this and this and that. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If we had a country that was ours somewhere and we were still living here, but we had a country someplace else that was our homeland or whatever, I could understand being the same way. So I ain't got no problem with that. So my thing is, so if it's good for everybody else, that's always been my problem. Even if you bring it back down and shrink it down to you bring it from Farrakhan and you shrink it down to you. They always have a problem with us being strong and black. They want us to be strong the way they want us to be strong. They want us to be successful and smile and dance the way they want us to smile and dance. If you a black man and you like, yo, nah, I'm strong, I'm black, you gonna have to respect me. You gonna have to treat me with some respect. You gonna have to talk to me with some respect. I ain't taking that bullshit from you and all that. They got problems with them black men. They got problems with them. And that's the problem I have with, and then you go Zionism, Bloomberg, billionaire Bloomberg, ex-mayor of New York City, Zionist. Yes, he's down with him. The guy, the 9/11 trade, the 9/11 center, Zionist, the guy that had the lead, he cold-blooded. He in there arguing, yo, it was 2 terror attacks. I want 7 billion instead of 3.5 billion. He don't care nothing about that. That money is coming out of American taxpayers' pockets. That ain't coming out of that's not coming out of Israel, nobody in Israel pockets. That's coming out of here. They don't care. They don't care. They do not care. Hillary Clinton, even though she not Jewish, she supports Zionism. That's why they was, and here's another thing, too. I get it, y'all mad at the orange guy because he a racist, but this is a fact. He has blown up less black people over there in Libya, Afghanistan, Kuwait, and all that than Obama and Hillary Clinton did together. That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. They was bombing everybody. Trump ain't been bombing nobody. He got into a little bit with Syria and ISIS and all that. But ISIS started behind them blowing up all of the countries over there. You killing people that's keeping it calm over there, that had things together over there. But that's another story, because you say that to people like for real, like we gotta really look at like, yo, he was a great man, and he was the great black, he was our black he was the first black president and all that. But come on, Hillary was doing a lot of dirty shit on his watch, man. A lot of dirty shit, man. A lot of dirty shit. So let's talk about this one thing, right? This Semite, right? They like to say you are anti-Semite, right? Commonly refers to Semitic languages used since 1770s to refer to the language family currently present in West Asia, Northeast Africa, and Malta, right? Arabs, Akkadians, Canaanites, Hebrews, some Ethiopians, and Aramean tribes, right? So, right, and all of that, I say all that to say, they act like they the only ones that's like it, like if you say something against a Jewish person, that's not being an anti-Semite, because they not the only Semites. They not. And really, what they talking ain't really even classified as it. It's not even, because they wouldn't even be classified as it. The only reason they would be classified is because of their language. Because of the language. That's the only reason. And that ain't even it. So it's like, but who cares? Right? Well, who cares about facts nowadays? It don't matter with facts nowadays. Word. I'm going to tell you, ethnic cleansing is a real thing. Ethnic cleansing exists. Ethnic cleansing been going on here in the United States with the Native American, with us, with Mexicans, with this native ethnic cleansing been going on. Ethnic cleansing been going on in Africa. Ethnic cleansing going on right now. It's going on right now. And I say that to say, when you don't agree with them in other countries, they blow you up. They blow you up. Only, and the reason they haven't, the United, if Minister Farrakhan was in another country somewhere, they would have already killed him by now. They'd already blew him up. Because if he was in another country, they would have been able to spin it that he doing this big bad mean old Farrakhan over here in whatever country and this and this and that. And they'd have been able to overthrow him, killed him, and all that. That's how they work. Word. Here goes some more on Sister Hillary. See, and I call her sister because remember when she was running, she had the hot sauce in her bag. I keep hot sauce in my bag. Ooh, I want to bite the TV when I saw that. Like how my niece Tina said, ooh, I wanted to fight you when I saw, like, ah. Word. So yeah, the war in Libya led to the displacement, rape, and murder of 10,000 black sub-Sahara immigrants over there at the hands of her jihadi warlord allies, which led to the ethnic cleansing and the Clinton liberated Libya situation. I tell you, I be tying it in, man. It be tying in, man. Gotta focus. It be tying in. And even if you don't, all you gotta do is, if you just look at two of the things that I put together like this, you'll be like, yo. Yeah, because Clinton was she was unconditionally pledged to widen and deepen U.S. subordination of Israel's war crimes against the Palestinian people. Word, which they still don't want to recognize. Like, come on, man. Like especially in the you go in the United States, everybody got to accept everybody, and everybody's entitled to live, and anti this laws, and anti this bully, and this and that. But over here in their country, you supporting Israel that don't even want to recognize Palestinians' right to have land, own land, and have their own country. Like, how you co-signing that? But then our taxpayer money is riding behind this, man. Word. Yeah, so and then I got the coalition made of savory, mafia link, gambling media, speculator billionaires whose first loyalty is not America. It's not America. Word up. Know why? Because the pharmaceutical companies that have drugs that give people gangrene, we not gonna put nobody in jail. We just gonna find y'all. Jewish. Dude that might have something to do with the World Trade Center, the billionaire that made all this money. We not gonna investigate you because you Jewish. See? And then if you do say too much about, we gonna send the lobbyists and the money and we gonna get you that way. Yeah. Yeah, I had to write that down. Yeah, Donald Trump did less killing. I'm telling you. She got wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and Libya. and killed and murdered hundreds of thousands. Women and children too uprooted. Families. Word. She laughed and Joe, yeah. The super predator and the super predator, said they got no conscience, no empathy. This 3 strikes law, they signed that and then she was out there stomping. So they say, oh, Bill, she didn't do that, but she was out there pushing it. She was out there the one going around sitting and talking about why Bill coming up with these policies and this and this and that. I remember. So yeah, the welfare reform, forcing mothers to get back and going out there with the wheat workers and all that shit. Yeah, man. That was Hillary. Hot sauce in the bag, motherfucker. Yeah. Well, oh, okay, here you go. I like when I write it down like this. I go, watch this one, y'all. Okay. Remember Betty Shelby? Betty Shelby. I ain't remember neither. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't remember neither. Right? But that's that white cop. Remember Tulsa, Oklahoma? The brother stopped outside his truck and he was facing her with his hands up or whatever. And she shot him on camera. Yeah, she got off from she beat the trial. She beat the trial. Then they tried her for civil rights violation. And the judge said, I read that. I was like, what? He said that they didn't have enough proof to demonstrate that she violated his civil rights or that she used excessive force. I'm like, but he's dead. That's not enough proof. But it's a black man. And remember I tell you about that protesting and all that shit? They was protesting. This was at the height of Black Lives Matter. They was protesting their ass off that whole summer. They was protesting their ass off. Nothing. And to top it off, she already got hired to be the NRA gun instructor. Yeah, already hired NRA gun instructor. So yeah, so you got some black people out there. Oh, I'm with the NRA. They ain't all races and this and this and this and this and that. But you can't, like I said, you can't clean up bullshit. You can't clean up bullshit. Whoa, you can't clean it up. Then you got the cop that shot the guy in his apartment in the stomach, right? So then you got the chick they call in the female George Zimmerman that chased down the guy. He hit a car. He hit a car and left the scene. Sideswiped somebody. He ain't hit nobody, run nobody over for vehicular homicide or nothing like that. He sideswiped the car. She followed him with her car. Parked in front like she police. 21-year-old white woman with gear on like she get out, tell him get out the car, shoot him. then changed out of her badass tough clothes into a pink sweater, ripped it, and then try to claim that he came at her and she needed to shoot him. But it was witnesses that saw her do it. And so I was saying to somebody, yo, see how easy it is to play that white shit, right? Because if ain't no witnesses there, she'd have claimed that and had put a bruise on her or something like this and ripped her shit and wasn't nobody there to see it. Yeah, they'd have believed it. This black savage tried to attack the pure white woman and this and this and that. White women out here wilding, man. I'm going to tell you, right? So check it out, right? So we just had a thing where, what happened? So yeah, so I got the little circular deal and shit. And you know, circular street, 20 hours, telling you about the little speed limit and all of that. And so, I come through and the white woman is on this side of the street and 3 of her kids is on this side of the street, 3, 4, 5-year-old range. And I'm coming around to like a turn like this, and so you can't really see, and the kids is right there. So I get out the truck and I walk into the joint and I'm like, yo, you know, saying it out loud, need to get them kids out the street like that, right? So I go on, they got the little thing, you know, the little Heather Springs, I think it's Heather Springs or Heather whatever. You know, yeah, I live out here in the, anyway, foo-foo land. But so I type, yo, you know, yo, this the situation, woo, woo, woo. So you had white women come back with, well, I think, you know, we got dogs and there's people walking their dogs and stuff like that. I think the speed limit should be 15 miles an hour and you should slow down. And then, wait, time out. Whoa. Time out. First of all, the speed limit is 25. 17 exclamation points, not 15. Second of all, I'm talking about unaccompanied kids in the street where parents is out there like, get your kids out the street. Why is this even a discussion? Why are we even having this argument before a bad accident happens that could have been prevented? Another 17 exclamation points. Get out of here. Yo, I'm telling you, white women taking over the world, man. They taking over at least the United States. They sure done took over Hollywood. You can't tell me they ain't take over Hollywood. And shit, the Me Too movement, white women is taking over, man. It's like you gotta see shit through they prism or you wrong. For real. That's how it's seeming like. If you don't see it through they prism, through they logical eye, you not right. And I'm here to tell you, them is the most, they like, to me, they most impatient, selfish individuals that I run across is white women. The most selfish, the most rude, the most obnoxious is white women. Yes. Yeah. You rarely get the attitude from the white men. They just won't say nothing. It's the white women. I can't stand in back of you in lines. Hurry up, get out my way. It's them. They the mess. That's why it's so sad to see the sisters linking up with them, co-signing all of the dumb shit they be saying. It's really mind-boggling. But you know what I mean? Oh, before I go, I wanted to say give my respects and salute to Jackie Johns. Jackie Johns was Garner, North Carolina's only, listen to what I'm saying, y'all, only black city council member ever. One black council member. And he was an alderman. And he had 3 separate runs in office, was the first African American elected and the only one so far. And he's passed away at 81. And so yeah, I wanted to salute him. And I ain't gonna lie, if my past wasn't so checkered, y'all, I'd definitely get in there. And a part of me feel like I still want to get in there just to run. Because that shit don't make no sense. One? And they need some blood up in there. Word, they need some blood up in there. A brother with, yo, y'all can't use none of them stereotypes on me, man. Because it ain't gonna work. Word up. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say, get back at you that, yo, y'all gotta check these medicines, man. Y'all really gotta check these medicines, for real, man. Cause the stuff that they giving us is really killing us, man. Cause it don't make no sense, a diabetes medicine giving you gangrene in the genitals, penis and shit like that. Then I seen one joint where one medicine that it could give you genital herpes and shit like. Yo, it's some crazy shit out here they doing, and they guinea pigging us, man. They guinea pigging us, cause it's amazing how they always talk. What's the one thing that they talk about with the black? There's always your dick shot, dick. That's what it is, dick shot. So now you got a drug out here giving black men gangrene in their penis and shit. But anyway, I'm Big Sherm. I see y'all soon, man.